Milwaukee Bucks vs Detroit Pistons full game highlights, October 9, 2025 NBA Preseason. The NBA preseason action continued on October 9, 2025, as the Milwaukee Bucks faced off against the Detroit Pistons in an entertaining matchup that gave fans an early preview of what both squads might bring to the upcoming regular season. From new additions testing their chemistry to veterans sharpening their rhythm, this game had plenty of exciting moments, big plays, and standout performances from both sides. Right from the opening tip, the Bucks came out firing. Giannis Antetokounmpo wasted no time asserting his dominance, attacking the rim with authority and setting the tone on both ends. His combination of speed and power was on full display as he threw down a couple of thunderous dunks early in the first quarter. Damian Lillard, entering his second season in Milwaukee, looked comfortable orchestrating the offense, finding Giannis in transition and hitting deep three-pointers with confidence. The chemistry between the Bucks star duo appeared smoother than ever, a scary sign for the rest of the Eastern Conference. Detroit, however, wasn't backing down. Cade Cunningham led the charge for the Pistons, showing off his improved playmaking and scoring ability. He attacked the paint, used his size to finish through contact, and created open looks for his teammates. Rookie guard Ron Holland also made his presence felt with his defensive energy and hustle plays. Jalen Duren provided a strong inside presence, battling Brook Lopez for rebounds and finishing off pick-and-rolls with authority. By the end of the first quarter, the Pistons trailed by only a few points, keeping the contest competitive. As the second quarter began, Milwaukee turned up the pressure. Bobby Portis came off the bench and immediately made an impact, hitting back-to-back mid-range jumpers and crashing the boards with his trademark intensity. Chris Middleton, easing back into form after limited minutes last season, showed flashes of his smooth scoring touch. He nailed a couple of tough fadeaway jumpers and connected from deep, reminding everyone why he remains one of the league's best mid-range shooters. Meanwhile, the Pistons continued to rely on their young core. Ausar Thompson used his athleticism to push the tempo, forcing Milwaukee to defend in transition. Monte Morris and Jaden Ivey added spark off the bench, with Ivey using his elite quickness to get to the rim and Morris knocking down open threes. Despite their youth, the Pistons showed flashes of a cohesive unit, demonstrating improved spacing and defensive communication. Still, Milwaukee's veteran experience helped them maintain control, heading into halftime with a 59-52 lead. Coming out of the break, the Bucks continued to flex their depth. Giannis was in MVP form, dominating in transition and punishing mismatches. At one point, he grabbed a defensive rebound, sprinted coast to coast, and finished with a Eurostep layup that brought the crowd to its feet. Lillard kept the offensive rhythm steady, draining pull-up threes from way beyond the arc and facilitating crisp ball movement. Their pick-and-roll action looked lethal, something Milwaukee fans can expect to see a lot of this season. Detroit tried to stay in the fight with a strong third quarter from Cunningham and Duren. Cade's composure stood out as he orchestrated plays and hit timely shots, including a couple of step-back jumpers over Lillard. Duren continued to own the paint defensively, rejecting a couple of shots and running the floor hard for easy dunks. Rookie Ron Holland also gave the Pistons a burst of energy with back-to-back steals that led to transition points. Even with those efforts, the Bucks' offensive firepower proved too much, as they stretched their lead to double digits heading into the final frame. The fourth quarter saw both coaches experiment with different rotations, giving young players and bench units a chance to shine. Marjon Beecham took advantage for Milwaukee, showcasing his improved shooting stroke and defensive awareness. He hit 2 clutch corner threes and helped slow down Detroit's fast break opportunities. Malik Beasley added spacing with his perimeter shooting, while rookie A.J. Johnson impressed with his poise and ball handling against the Pistons' pressure defense. Detroit's bench continued to fight hard, led by veteran Joe Harris, who connected on a couple of threes to keep things interesting. Rookie forward Bobby Klintman flashed potential as well, grabbing rebounds and finishing inside. But as the clock wound down, Milwaukee's superior experience and composure sealed the deal. Giannis checked out midway through the fourth with an impressive stat line, flirting with a double-double in limited minutes, while Lillard and Middleton rested comfortably on the bench after a job well done. In the closing minutes, Milwaukee's young players continued to execute well. Andre Jackson Jr. provided energy defensively, hustling for loose balls and creating opportunities in transition. The Bucks bench outscored Detroit's reserves down the stretch, closing out the game in convincing fashion. The final score favored Milwaukee, who walked away with a solid preseason victory that reflected their depth, chemistry, and balance on both ends of the court. Final thoughts. This game served as a promising indicator for both teams' development heading into the 2025-26 NBA season. For Milwaukee, the Giannis Lillard duo looked as dangerous as ever, while Middleton's steady return adds another layer of scoring versatility. The bench contributions from Beecham, Portis, and Beasley highlight just how deep this Bucks roster is. Coach Doc Rivers seems to have his squad focused and ready to contend for another top spot in the East. For Detroit, though the loss stings, the positives were clear. Cade Cunningham looks ready to take another leap, Duren continues to grow as a dominant big man, and the rookies showed heart and hustle. With more experience and chemistry, the Pistons could emerge as one of the most improved young teams in the league. Ultimately, the Bucks' firepower and experience prevailed, but the Pistons' resilience gave fans plenty to be excited about. If this preseason showdown is any indication, both squads are gearing up for a competitive year ahead in the NBA. Final score, Milwaukee Bucks 116, Detroit Pistons 104. Milwaukee walks away with another preseason win, while Detroit gains valuable experience for their young core, setting the stage for what should be an exciting regular season ahead.